How's it going, you guys? It is Will here again, and, well, first off, I just want to point out I dusted and swept in this location, so it's not dusty anymore, unlike last video. And second off, today I have actually a re-review for all of you. This figure was indeed reviewed back in summer 2013, but, didn't like how it looked. The lighting looked pretty bad, the camera was shit, so here we are doing it again. So let's pull him out. Oh crap, he's too big. GMK King Ghidorah by Bandai. Now right off the bat, I'm just gonna say this figure is just fucking awesome. Like, this is without a doubt one of my favorite figures in my entire collection. No joke. Why? I mean, just look at him. This figure is just incredibly well detailed. Before we get on to that, before I forget, here is his tag. And I'm really surprised this figure actually came with this tag for the price I got him at. Ah, stupid glare. Stupid light. Okay. Really nice shot of King Ghidorah right there. You can see he has a sky background because King Ghidorah is the god of the sky. Inside, we have all that info, all the company detail, and he's 50 meters. Same picture that's on the front. On the back, we have a picture of the GMK Godzilla. And I'm assuming this says Movie Monster Series, as that's where this figure is from. 2001 sticker, because the movie was released in 2001. And, yeah. Really nice tag. I really prefer these old school Movie Monster Series tags as opposed to the new series. So let me just pull the camera closer to this guy, because he's just incredibly well detailed. The first thing I just want to point out is look at how the scales are done. Like, seriously, they look like each scale was all individually cut and placed on one at a time. It just looks really nice and well detailed. It's like that all throughout the whole body too, even up to the tail. Seriously, even on the tail. Look at the scales. Seriously, like each scale has like their own individual shape. Each one is carved individually. Seriously, this figure must have taken at least, I don't know, almost a year to make. It's definitely one of Bandai's best. Heads are definitely probably the best part about this figure, and each head actually has their own individual sculpt. They're not all the same head. So if you see this head on the far left, we have a closed mouth, whereas the middle head we have a fully open mouth, and the far right head we have one with a semi-open mouth. Seriously, it's really nicely well done. Around the back, and again the scales. All of them look seriously individually cut. Seriously, this is definitely one of Bandai's best figures. Definitely one of the best King Ghidorah figures, I'd say. Just incredible job. Set the camera back down here. Damn it. Paint job on this guy is also really nice. King Ghidorah is supposed to be this nice gold color. And one thing I like about the paint job is it shines. It's not pure gold either. You can see we have some shading in here on his chest. So we have the same shading on the wings as well. Some shades of black. And believe it or not, this figure is not actually gold vinyl. He's actually like a pink vinyl. A pink peaches vinyl. Which is really interesting. But I mean, I guess they probably did that because they could, get the shiny paint. They could pull it off better. If you made the figure out of a gold vinyl, the paint job would come out as, more dull. That's good. A good figure. That's a good example. That is, Mecha Gamora, the repaint at least. So yeah, let me take a second to get this guy's tail back in here. All right, that took a while, but his tail is now back in. Seriously, that took a lot of force and pressure, you know, because the figure, he is soft vinyl, but it's not super squishy like a lot of the new figures nowadays. So let's now on to his articulation. This King Ghidorah actually has quite a few, and I'm pretty surprised at that. First and foremost, his legs rotate. Not 360 rotatable because, you know, his wings do get in the way, and if you're not careful, you can scuff the paint. But they do rotate just fine, so he can walk in your stop motions. And his tail rotates, but that doesn't really help for, you know, flying scenes, so it's best you just leave it just as it is. The wings, I don't really count them as parts of articulation because they don't really move, they just kind of go up and down slightly. Again, it doesn't really help flying. Then one thing that's surprising, the necks actually all rotate. This is one point they don't do with King Ghidorahs nowadays. All three of the necks can rotate, so you can have them looking in several different directions. They rotate at the base of the neck, and all three of the heads rotate. No problem. So yeah, you can get some pretty good poses out of this guy. You can do several things with this guy. So let's see, that is 6, 7, 8, 9 points of articulation. Pretty impressive for a King Ghidorah figure, I'd say. And now let's see, I guess now we're moving on to everybody's favorite part, the size comparison. Alright, let's see how this looks on camera. Alright. So first off, let's pull out the Godzilla from the same series as this figure. GMK Godzilla. Alright, now as you can see, Godzilla is a lot taller than King Ghidorah, but you know what? Well, in the normal universe, King Ghidorah is normally goddamn gigantic when compared to Godzilla, but in GMK, or Godzilla Monster King Ghidorah Giant Monster All-Out Attack, in this film, where both these guys were featured in, Godzilla was actually slightly taller than King Ghidorah, so this is actually accurate. Because the director of the film wanted Godzilla to be the biggest and strongest monster of the whole film, even than King Ghidorah, which I don't know how, you know, to me, I personally don't care. I personally love GMK, it's one of my favorite films. I know a lot of people kind of, you know, hate on it, saying, oh, King Ghidorah should have been bigger, he shouldn't have been a good guy, but I'll touch on that in a little bit. But anyways, this actually, you know, this is accurate. You could easily recreate scenes like when Godzilla's biting King Ghidorah on his head here, and scenes where King Ghidorah is kicking Godzilla in the face. All those scenes easily recreatable with these two figures. Now, granted, I could be a little nitpicky and say King Ghidorah should be, you know, almost looking Godzilla in the face, but for what it is, it works okay, especially for a GMK battle, because Godzilla was the biggest monster in the movie, so this looks pretty good, actually. No complaints here, really. Now, unfortunately, I misplaced my 6-inch creation GMK Godzilla. He just disappeared on me, so for a 6-inch figure, I just have to make do with the Final Wars Godzilla. And you can see here, King Ghidorah is taller than this Godzilla, so this actually looks pretty good if you want to make a movie with, if you want to use this guy in a movie with your 6-inch figures. Now, like I said, in reality, King Ghidorah is actually hella more taller than Godzilla is. But, you know, this King Ghidorah, he still dwarfs Godzilla, because this figure just has so much more body mass than little puny Godzilla here. So I'd say this can work pretty well if you just want to have fun, make movies with it. Yeah, I have no complaints about this. Easily make movies out of it. Get out of here. And then let's pull out one more Godzilla, because this is one of my favorites. 93 Godzilla, or Heisei Godzilla, whatever you want to call him. Again, really cool matchup. You can really have some fun with this, make some pretty epic movie. And then lastly, let's pull out one of my favorite Ultraman Tiga. Oh, as you can see here, Tiga just Tiga's just completely dwarfed by this King Ghidorah. He'd get his ass kicked. Yeah, this is, I don't know. I would actually like to see this battle. I would like to see an Ultraman battle monsters from the Godzilla universe. Yeah, I really like how this one looks. Alright. So now I guess I'll get into history because I didn't do that earlier. Now, this King Ghidorah was originally featured, well, this version of King Ghidorah was featured in the movie Godzilla Mothra, King Ghidorah, Giant Monsters All Out Attack. And, you know, a lot of people hate on this King Ghidorah because technically he was a good guy, but I say that in quotes because he wasn't really a good guy in the movie. He was more like just a protector of Japan. You know, he wasn't the main villain like he is in a lot of his other appearances. He was a protector of Japan. He was a guardian monster. That was weird. I heard something at my window there. But yeah, he was a guardian monster, and I don't know, a lot of people just criticize that. They always think, oh, he should be the villain all the time, blah, blah, blah. Well, technically he is still a villain because he's still against Godzilla. You know, they're not teaming up or anything, and seriously, you just gotta look at it that way. You know, he's still against Godzilla, they're not teaming up, so stop complaining. Hey, sorry about that, the camera's memory card was full and I had to empty some stuff out just so I can finish filming this video. But anyway guys, this figure, he's definitely getting a 5 out of 5 from me. You know, 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10, A+. He's just a really nicely done figure. Like, detail is just amazing. Paint job's really nice as well. Articulation, surprising, again, for a King Ghidorah figure. And, yeah. Oh, I forgot. And finally, rarity for this figure. He's getting, you know, he does tend to be hard to find. And when you do find him, he does tend to go for a pretty hefty price. Especially with the tag. I got mine off eBay a couple years ago, like back in April of 2012. After I saw Ultraman Cronus' review on this figure, I immediately went on a hunt for this figure because I just fell in love with how it looked. And then I finally found him on an eBay auction, which was surprisingly for $29, free shipping, and with the tag. So if you can get him for that price, I'd say pick him up. He's definitely worth the buy. Definitely a really nice figure. Probably the best King Ghidorah figure. You know, I personally like it better than the Monster Arts, better than Grand King Ghidorah. That's just me though. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed this re-review. It was definitely a well-deserved for this figure. The original review was horrible, so don't go watch that. I mean, you can. The link is in the description if you want to. Alright guys, so I'll see you all in the next video. Thank you for watching.